All right, so this video is definitely super late, but whatever. Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 9, Blaming on the Henny. This episode really actually should have been called Angela's Pressed because this whole episode was pretty much based on the comment that Portia had made the episode previously, talking about she would sleep with Charles if Angela, don't leave her alone, so to speak, right? So Cynthia starts this episode off and she kind of going to all the girls trying to get the tea on, what exactly would happen and what was said. And Shamia and Kelly, Brittany, like they all in agreement that Portia did indeed say, I would Charles. So, you know, how do they feel about it? I mean, she shouldn't have said it. Whoop de whoop de whoop. They were all just laughing, having fun, and kikiing. So it wasn't such a big deal, that they were thinking of, just laughing about it, right? So in this, I forgot they did call her Big Bird. She said that she heard them call her Big Bird. And pretty much when it came to Portia, because Cynthia asked Portia as well, she just gonna blame it on the Hennessy. Okay, like she don't remember if she said it or not, whatever, whatever. But she was drinking a lot, so Hennessy said it. So Cynthia lets us know that she's gonna have a Bailey Q this year, during around like Juneteenth ish. So this should be a June filming type situation. Which, yeah, if you ever go visit Atlanta, go in June and go around the little places because you might catch them on a film tip. Like, for real, I went in June before and I caught them on a film tip. I wasn't on camera though, but I was there. Kelly has a dog party for her little doggy that we saw, the little pink one. That's her name, Cha Cha. Um, yeah, okay. She spent about $1,000 keeping up the maintenance on the dog. Okay, interesting. I have a dog personally myself. You might have seen him in some of my other videos in the past. Uh, but I don't spend that much money on him. Mm-mm. And I don't dye him no colors or nothing like that. So Brittany, her sisters, we get to see her with her mom and her sister. They kind of packing up this. Is this the part where they packing up the house and she don't get along with them? Either way, yeah, she's talking about it. I think this is the part where she was talking about it to Kelly, but we're gonna get him. I don't want to skip too far ahead, but um, Portia, she is not at this party, I don't think, but she has actually purchased a dog for herself. Well, not really for herself, but for Pilar, so that she can have a little something, something to enjoy for herself. Um, because at a certain age, when you have kids, they do ask you like, "Can I have a brother or sister?" Stuff like that. And I mean, I didn't do that with the dog when I got the dog. He just kind of came up. So, um, but yeah, the divorce is stressful between Portia and Simon, of course, blah, blah, blah. Um, her birthday went wrong. She's talking to her mama at this point. And Dennis had came, so she wanted to pretty much let him know, oh, well, I heard you was filming with Drew, da, 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 I don't like that. And he tried to say, well, no, I didn't film with Drew like on purpose or nothing. She said, me at the studio, I showed up and the cameras was there. We rewind the tape. He in the studio and she show up, the cameras was there. So, semantics or what? Anyway, Dennis is just letting her know that, listen, I ain't messing with her. We ain't doing nothing like that. And actually, I'm not even signed with her no more. So we can just dead all this conversation, let that go. It's over. It's done with. Booty booty boo. All right. So this the part where Brittany was at her mama house packing it up because the mama's gonna sell and move on with her life. It's been a few years since her dad died. So Mama ready to move on, let it go. The kids is old and grown. Like, she just, let's move on. And we can kind of see that when Papa don't died, Papa took all the love that held these people together, right? And it's the grief that's making it real hard for them to get along like they're supposed to. Um, and hey, I could kind of relate to a little bit of this in personal life, but listen, it's not about me. It's about Brittany. She Yeah, I think right here, because when you watching, you get little tidbits here and there. She keeps saying, oh, me and my sisters and that. We seen the one, we seen the mama, so now we seen the other sister and how the reaction is going on. And yes, we can definitely see there's some stuff that ain't right, that need to be fixed, or should I say that's broken. I ain't gonna say it ain't right. I say so. It's some stuff that's broken between them, and within themselves that they all need to heal from, if they going to come together. So it's unfortunate, but getting rid of the house is something that the mama want to do, and the girls, that's just another thing they gonna have to accept. Like, so you got to accept that daddy's gone, and you got to accept that mama's moving on, and we got to accept that we got to get rid of this house. Okay, so we finally get to the Bailey queue at Cynthia House, Lake Bailey. Pretty, cute, cute, cute little concept. Everybody came dressed, I guess, in their best Juneteenth outfits. I don't know if that was required or not, but either way. Um, I mean, yeah, I would probably put on, like a good red, yellow, green, something black, But either way, a prophet was there. I didn't write everything that the prophet said, but she was supposed to be reading the room, going through each person and letting them know, what she feels from them, this and this and that. When she got to Angela was kind of where things got a little rocky right here, where Brittany and Angela just kind of went at it, back and forth, back and forth. Um, and it was, it wasn't, and it was a light shade back and forth banter, the kind that you actually like, the kind that you want, you know what I'm saying, that we love from the earlier seasons where, look, like, are you reading the words that are coming out of my mouth? And just like, yeah, this and that, girl. You got stretch marks on the side. Yeah, look at you got miles on them lips. Uh-huh. This and this and that. And you a whore and this, all that stuff. So when she said that is where the shock value came to. It was like, oh my God. And Cynthia was like, okay, calm down, this and that. We ain't gonna go, we going a little bit too far, reeling in. And I think this is when Portia had came or Drew had came, something like that. They showed up a little bit late. Of course, it probably was Drew because she's showing up late at every single thing. Everybody, like, why is she doing that? Is she thinking she's the moment? That's not the moment. I'm sorry. Like, it's really not. Because every time you show up, it's not like oh my God, Drew's here, everybody. The party started. No, it's not. It's just Drew is here. I don't know. So they play a little game, that was cool. Broke everything down, brought everybody back, on the same page. They go eat. And then this is where Angela kind of pulls Portia to the side. Oh, you know what? I sure did skip a whole little page. I'm looking at my notes like, shoot, before we even got to the Bailey Q. Actually, shit, where I just left off on Angela pulled to the side. Okay, so let me just don't continue this first. Because she pulled her to the side to just try to talk to her to say and explain her, her piece. How she just invited Drew because she was trying to be positive and bring the girls together, bring them together, this and that, and she thought it was okay, that whole spiel that she already spilled. And of course, Portia wasn't feeling it, like, whatever, girl, because that's not how it went, but whatever, this and that, you was being, shady, you was being messy, and I ain't like that. So then it was like, what about this Charles situation? Which, if we rewind back to earlier, she did bring this up to Charles while they was out working out, and Charles was like, I don't know no Portia. I ain't trying to be around no Portia. I ain't trying to sleep with no Portia. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't that easy type, this and this and that. So everything, but he was kind of being like the opposite of everything that Angela was saying. And she was calling him a hater for that. It is what it is. That's your husband, child. If that's, you like it, we love it. Okay, that's their relationship. We only seen a little piece. So I don't like people be trying to attack them or him trying to say that he this and he that. Like, but we don't really know. You know what I'm saying? We really don't. So, but basically, he was just telling Angela that she didn't need to be asking her, why did you steal that lady husband? Because he wouldn't do that. And he wouldn't invite nobody where they wasn't supposed to be invited. So he was pretty much kind of on Portia's side versus being on Angela's side. So when she asked Portia about her saying it at the party, like, yeah, I heard you talking about me, you called me Big Bird and all this stuff, talking about my husband. So when I came down to confront y'all, you ended up just running away. So Portia pretty much kind of ran through this just to get it out the way and just apologize real quick to try to tell her, okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Ooh, but I did say it, so it is what it is. It was the drink, but I'm not trying to do it. I ain't trying to mess with Charles and this and that. So they hug it out, and is this where Angela and Shamia talk? Yeah, because Cynthia was on this thing at her party, like, okay, you done? Okay, so we're gonna pull you to the next. So Angela was actually mad at Shamia because Shamia is Portia's friend. So if Portia is down there talking about Angela, which is Shamia's friend also, I would expect you to check your friend Portia when she trying to talk about me and my husband, because you is a married person too, so you should understand where I'm coming from. Okay? I don't did I break that down right for y'all? Okay. Because Shamia was like how I was like, girl, are you serious? No, I don't like what people be doing. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, that's my friend. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We would, like she said, we was all kikiing all down to the pool, drinking and all these type thing. I don't know what she was on when it came to you and Charles. That was her thing and her bit, and she said it. And I laughed. Okay, fine, but do I? I'm not saying I agreed or anything like that, but it's just what happened. But don't be mad at me. I didn't, like what? Who? Stop. I uh, okay. I don't even know. No, no. I don't like when people be doing that. Don't be trying to tell me how to be a friend to my friend just because you mad at something. You know what I'm saying? And that was where we ended the episode. But I'm gonna flip back real quick because, like I said, I got the Charles Angela part out the way because he, broke that down to her. But Shamia did go meet with another surrogate, so it's possible that she's gonna be dropping another baby within the next year or two. Um, Maybe we'll find out about that at the reunion. Dennis and Portia. Oh yeah, why she filmed with Drew, or why he filmed with Drew. He showed up, cameras, this and this and that. Oh, I kind of got that out the way when she was talking to her mama earlier. Oh, and did she get a new nanny, or was that exchange student or something? I was like, what is this? Uh, and then never said. Oh, you said that Drew tried to you. Dennis said, no, I never said that. You misinterpreted some things. So basically, yeah, her and Dennis got that stuff broken up, fixed out, worked out because they go co-parent like they're supposed to. And yeah, the Bailey Q went around like that, and then it was over, and that's it. Okay, episode. All right. I don't know. I'm sorry I got to this a little late, like for real, but I did watch it like literally Monday. I watched it Monday or Tuesday, something like that. But either way, thanks for watching. Bye. I'm gonna get to the other one on. I'm gonna try to be on time, for real, for real, for real.